It's funny how even today, The Truman Show is more relevant than ever. What's up, guys? Welcome to Movie Importance Flashback Reviews, where I take movies from our past, from our childhood, break them down, and tell you about them. Today's movie, I wanted to talk about The Truman Show. If you haven't heard about The Truman Show, you should definitely check it out before you're watching my review. But The Truman Show was directed by Peter Weir. It was written by Andrew Niccol. It starred Jim Carrey, Noah Emmerich, Ed Harris, Natascha McElhone, and Laura Linney. It's a story about this guy who he was picked as a child to pretty much be a reality TV star, but there was a caveat. He didn't know he was a reality TV star because he was being hidden from the fact that it was a TV show. So he's given this set of characters, everyone from Noah Emmerich, who plays his friend Marlon, to Laura Linney, who ends up becoming his wife, TV star wife, and so on and so forth. His parents are also TV stars, and basically he is being blocked in various ways, various hidden ways, of being shown that his world is not real. So Truman, who's played by Jim Carrey, one day he is out and about getting ready for work. A light from the sky, that's a studio light, kind of like what's in my room here, it falls right next to him. He starts from then to wonder about his world because this light is very strange. Where did it come from the sky? They make it sound like it was a plane engine or whatever. And his world starts to crumble around him, and everything he starts to see doesn't seem real. And when he was in high school, he met this woman played by Natascha McElhone, who kind of explains to him that everything around him is not real. You know, open up your mind, so on and so forth. But Ed Harris's character, who plays Christoph, who basically created this world, he found a way to get rid of her, but her fake father explains that they're going to Fiji. So throughout the story, Jim Carrey's Truman is trying to get to Fiji, but everything's being pushed towards him not to go to Fiji. You know, and so it goes on, so on and so forth. And we learn that not only is this show extremely popular, but it's very profitable. So you can understand why a character like Ed Harris, who has people he has to talk to, who even though he thinks he's a god, basically that's what Christoph thinks he is, because he's running this entire world that can be seen from, you know, space, which is explained in the movie. So they find ways to do product placements. They find ways to be creative in their angles of, because there's like 5 billion cameras. There's stuff, you know, everywhere. So there's always a way to film Truman. And this is why I love this movie, because it's really relevant today. I mean, even talking to you right here, I'm talking to you in a camera. So in essence, I'm kind of in like the Truman Show, but I actually know what's going on. So, but it's the essence of people wanting to become stars, people wanting to become famous, but the world around them, instead of actually wanting to become famous, they don't know they're famous, and therefore they think they're living this life that's not real. But the people around them are the ones that are profiting off of it. And that's the problem with Truman and his character himself is he wants to go to Fiji, but I think he just wants to do more with his life. He's stuck in this suburban hell, basically, and everybody keeps pushing him back, telling him, "Oh no, this is the world. This is a perfect world. Why go out there when all this crap is happening?" And it's true. Like we'd rather sit at home than go out and deal with the world. And that's kind of what his life is like. So it's almost like we're in our own Truman Show, except we are willing to be filmed and so on and so forth. And I'll say right now, this is one of Jim Carrey's best roles. This is one of the best things I've ever seen him do. The fact that he didn't get an Oscar nomination is a crime. We're used to seeing Jim Carrey do roles of comedy. We're used to see him do Ace Ventura, Liar Liar. So when he came on and did something like this, which it came out in '96, so it was right after his big boom of comedy, it was like a breath of fresh air because his comedy, as funny as it is, it's fun to see comedic actors take on darker roles because it's a dark movie. It's about a guy being enslaved into a world he doesn't know about. And I mean, Jim Carrey is just at his best. He commands the performance that he is in. He commands the fact that he doesn't know what's going on, and everything around him is being pushed in on him, and he wants to let it go. And they found ways to, basically keep him there. And it's just, It's a nuanced performance. It's an amazing performance. Jim Carrey is just I don't understand why he didn't get an Oscar nomination for it. I think people had it against him as an actor. I think they saw the comedic stuff he did, and they're like, "Oh, this guy can't act," and so on and so forth. The same thing with Adam Sandler in Punch Drunk Love. He should have gotten an Oscar nomination for it, but I think they have a problem with actors in dramatic roles. But it just the stuff that Jim Carrey is conveying, and he shows it off also in Man on the Moon. It's a shame. But like on top of that, we got a supporting cast who's top notch. We got Laura Linney who's playing his wife. We got Noah Emmerich who's playing his friend. We get all these side characters. His mom, who's not really his mom. She's playing the TV mom. You can just feel the fakeness behind everything. You can feel that they're not really committed to him as a person, even though they act like they are. And there's a scene with Noah Emmerich and Truman when they're on the bridge that has never been finished, which will never be finished because they don't want him to get off the island, that he's being fed lines by Ed Harris's Kristoff character. And it's just like, it just shows you that there is no realism to the world, but Truman thinks there's realism to the world. And it's just a powerful scene because they're trying to find ways to keep him there, but Truman, in his heart, wants to get off this island. And Noah Emmerich, who he thinks is his best friend because he's known this guy all his life, is really just an actor who's just being fed lines, who doesn't really care. He cares about profit. He cares about selling. He picks up a case of beer, and he's basically selling that beer to the audience who's going to end up buying it. And that's what happens in a lot of movies and TV series where they pick up stuff that's, this product placement, basically. And Noah Emmerich is just amazing in this movie. He's amazing at selling the fact that he claims to be Truman's friend, but he's not really his friend. It's the same thing with Laura Linney. She claims to love Truman, but she's always selling the product, and she's always distant in how she is. The only truly amazing, not truly amazing, but truly careful character is Natascha McElhone's character, who wants him to get out of there, and she truly loves him as an actor, or him as who he is, and just wants him to escape. And she's not a perfect character in the fact that she's trying to disrupt the norm, but she really does love him, and it really shows. And what makes so Jim Carrey is playing this guy who's trapped, but then we got Ed Harris's character who's playing the architect of this world. He's done extremely well. He's made a lot of money for this company, this undisclosed company, but is run by Philip Baker Hall. And he's found creative ways to keep Truman intact in this world so that they can make more money. But the funny thing and the interesting thing about Ed Harris's character is he truly believes what he's doing is right for Truman. He truly believes everything he's done for Truman is the right thing. He is so diluted, so delusional in his ideas and ideology that he literally, like I said earlier, he thinks he's a god. And he thinks what he's doing is right. And there's a segment when he's talking with Harry Shearer, who's playing a newscaster, a news reporter, whatever you want to call him. He's doing their daily talk show. And these people get on, they're like, how do you do this product placement? How do you do the cameras? And then Natascha McElhone's character gets in there and is like, how can you believe you're doing the right thing and you're a monster? And he's like, I'm doing what's best for Truman. And he's really not. He's delusional. He's gone to a point where he's just insane. But Ed Harris sells the fact that he believes what he's doing is true, and therefore he's on another level when he's acting. He takes his role, which is actually kind of minor, it's just a small role, and he elevates it to one of the best, not antagonists, because he's not really an antagonist, but he's more of a kind of a roadblock for Truman. And he really, like I said, he really believes what he's doing for Truman is, good. And just Eddie Harris, it's one of the best things I've ever seen him do. And he's done stuff like Apollo 13. He's done stuff like Pollock. He's a fantastic actor. And this movie it's that fantastic. Everything about it it gels like something you've never seen before. And I can't say enough about Andrew Niccol. I like his writing. I like his directing. I know a lot of people don't like In Time, but I enjoy it. I also like Lord of War. I love Gattaca, which is the same type of story. It's about people being held back and then trying to be more. Same thing with In Time, it's about, I think that's what Andrew Niccol, he likes. He likes to do high concept stories, and this is another high concept story. Like I said, I don't understand why this didn't get more love. This is kind of like in my boat of Almost Famous, where it didn't get a lot of love. It got a lot of love with like, Ed Harris, which is truly deserved. He didn't get any, he didn't win it, but he deserved the Oscar nomination. But it didn't get Best Picture. I think Peter Weir got a Best Director nod, but I can't remember offhand. And I think Andrew Nicole got a writing nod. But it's just there's so many layers, so much substance to this movie that it deserved more than it got. And I implore you guys, if you haven't seen The Truman Show, to definitely go check it out because it's definitely one of those movies that will make you think at the end, will make you realize that movies can tell you something and they can be very, profit, I guess is the word, or prophetic, where they can tell you about kind of like how the future is going. I mean, back in '96, the reality TV stuff wasn't really a big thing until like the turn of 2000. That's when Andrew Nicole was kind of predicting when he wrote the script, and Peter Weir, who's known for his eccentric movie making. I just think it's a fascinating movie, and I think everybody in it, including Ed Harris and Jim Carrey, are on top of their game. So, but that's it. That's my long-winded review of The Truman Show. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, it's definitely something you should check out. So, but with that, thank you so much for watching. If you like what you see, remember to rate, subscribe, check us out on YouTube, Audio Boom, Facebook, and Twitter. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Did you see Truman Show? Did you like it? I would like to hear, so I'd like to respond to you guys. But with that, we'll go ahead and head out, and we'll see you guys later. Peace.